Introduction to Sports Coaching. Introduction to the module. This module will teach you what sports coaching is and what sports coaches do. It will also briefly outline the responsibilities and skills required by a coach and the goals of the coaching process. Furthermore, it will discuss how coaching objectives and goals are determined. Topics to be covered in this module are: Introduction to Coaching. What is mentoring? Importance of sports coaching. Responsibilities of a coach. Skills of sports coaches. Developing coaching philosophy. Determining coaching objectives. Coaching diverse athletes. A sports coach is someone who trains or teaches an individual athlete or a team to succeed in a particular sport. The coach's job is to maximize the opportunities of enhancing the skill or talent of their pupils and help them realize their potentials and achieve their sporting goals. A good coach can be the difference between an individual or team succeeding or failing in their chosen sport. Sports coaches can come from many different backgrounds. Some are former professionals who are skilled or talented athletes themselves. Some may have learned coaching skills through formal education at universities, sports academies, or sports science courses. Mentoring describes the learning and teaching relationship between two people, with one person sharing their experience, knowledge, skills or expertise with the other. In sport, a mentor-mentee relationship develops when an individual shows particular talent or potential in their chosen field, and it is thought that they will benefit from the kind of intense and personal attention that a mentor can offer. Mentors and coaches share similar roles and skills. However, mentors usually have a high degree of specialized expertise in the sport that they are mentoring. The goal for them is to directly transfer that expertise and knowledge to the mentee. After parents and family, the sports coach is often the most influential person in an athlete's life. The coach guides an athlete in every aspect of their sporting life. They teach vital skills and tactics, monitor the athlete's day-to-day performance, and direct, analyze and guide their gradual improvement over time. Leadership means the ability to persuade people to do what you want them to do, and a coach with strong leadership skills can inspire and motivate those under their care to always push themselves harder to achieve their goals. If a coach is seen as a strong leader, then those they coach will follow them eagerly. Responsibilities of a coach. The role of a sports coach is to lead an athlete to achieve a level of performance that they could not achieve if they trained alone. Athletes are often very motivated already. The task of the coach then is to maintain, increase and direct that motivation through the grueling process of physical training. Coaches also have a legal responsibility towards those they are training. Any advice they give must be appropriate to the athlete's ability and level of qualification. The health, safety and well-being of athletes should accompany all training decisions. To this end, then, a sports coach has a variety of responsibilities. A. Assessing an athlete's ongoing performance both in training and in competition. B. Preparing training plans based on the individual needs and abilities of each athlete. C. Teaching the essential skills required to succeed at an athlete's chosen sport. D. Creating conditions for athletes to motivate themselves. E. Advising athletes on the skills that they are expected to master and the training they will need to undertake to achieve success. F. Identifying or finding competitive events for athletes to compete at levels suitable for their abilities. G. Constructively criticizing athletes on their strengths and weaknesses and suggesting appropriate training for improvement. H. Respecting athletes' personal and confidential information. Skills of sports coaches. despite coming from different backgrounds and exhibiting different styles of coaching, it is possible to identify a common group of skills that sports coaches require to be proficient in their roles. All coaches require the following skills. A. Communication skills. Coaches need to give clear instructions, explain activities and exercises, provide criticism and feedback, and they need to motivate and encourage. B. Organizational skills. Coaches need to plan and organize specific training programs based on the athlete's constantly changing needs. C. Analytic skills. Coaches need to be able to evaluate an athlete's performance to guide their training. D. Explanatory and demonstration skills. Coaches need to be able to both explain and show athletes the correct way to undertake sporting techniques and exercises. Developing coaching philosophy. Rather than simply undertaking coaching on a day-by-day basis with no overall structure, a coach who applies a well-rounded philosophy to his role can help give direction and purpose to the entire process. It can equip the coach with the tools necessary to deal with some of the decisions associated with coaching and can also help remove any doubts or uncertainties regarding the objectives of the coaching process. A well-considered coaching philosophy can help make the process of coaching more meaningful and successful. The philosophy should enhance A. Self-awareness. A coach is a role model. The example they set through his behavior is as important as anything they teach. As such, the qualities they bring to the coaching process are qualities that their students will strive to adapt for themselves. A coach, then, who is sure of their mind, knows who they are and are confident of their purpose, will bring that sense of self-awareness to their coaching and, through that, impart it to the athletes in their charge. B. Self-esteem. Self-esteem refers to a person's sense of self-worth and personal competency. Too often, coaches and athletes base their sense of self-esteem on their success in competition. However, winning and losing is not always in a person's control. Basing self-esteem on competitive success then is neither a healthy nor a consistent foundation on which self-esteem should be built. True self-esteem is not based on such vagaries as winning or losing. Rather, it is based on a person having realistic personal standards and values and living up to them. A good coach should bring a positive sense of self-esteem to their coaching. If the coach is confident in their abilities, then they can accurately rate the abilities of their students. C. Self-disclosure. Self-disclosure means a coach is prepared to discuss how they feel about the situations they share with their students, or about admitting how they feel about what is being said or done. It does not mean a coach has to inform students about the personal details of their private life. Rather, it means approaching the role of a coach by being genuine and honest and relatable. Most coaches agree that helping athletes to develop is more important than simply winning for their own sake. The coach who is determined to win above all else may do so at the cost of their students' physical or emotional well-being. A coach who gets angry at failure, for example, or who always plays their strongest players at the expense of weaker players, or who encourages students to continue to play despite injuries, may win more games, but they do so at the expense of their students' physical, emotional or social development. Coaching objectives should include A. Ethical behavior. Coaching a competitive sport is a means to demonstrate moral behavior which can be applied to everyday life. The way a player reacts to winning or losing, for example, can tell a great deal about a person's character and moral values. For example, are they prepared to concede a disputed point knowing that it may cost them a victory? Such decisions demonstrate moral character. B. Keeping winning in perspective. Everyone likes to win, But it is important to remember that it's not the most important goal of coaching. Winning a particular game or contest is an important short-term goal and one the athlete trains for. However, it should never eclipse the long-term goal of improving the athlete's physical, psychological and social development. C. Personal objectives. In addition to the goals that a coach wants to achieve for his students, a coach should also have personal aims that he wants to achieve for himself. That means examining his personal reasons for being a coach. Perhaps it is for love of the sport, or love of teaching and imparting knowledge. Whatever the motivation, a coach needs to aim for his personal goals or risk losing motivation himself. Coaching diverse athletes. A. Understanding teenagers and adolescents. Coaching teens means dealing with young people whose physical bodies and emotions are changing fast. They are growing up and learning what it means to be an adult. Often that means they will assert their independence by taking risks and may demonstrate impulsiveness or poor judgment. The coach then must both guide their development while simultaneously protecting them from risk and setting and enforcing clear rules and boundaries on their behavior. B. Cultural differences. A coach should be culturally aware of the heritage of different types of athletes and recognize that they may hold different values and beliefs. They should take the time to learn about these cultural differences and respect them while coaching. Also, a coach should be aware of unconscious bias in how they treat athletes from different cultural backgrounds and ensure they are not discriminatory in their behavior towards them. Summary. In this part of the course, you have learned the following. A sports coach is someone who trains an individual athlete or a team to succeed in a particular sport. Mentoring describes the learning and teaching relationship between two people, with one person sharing their experience, knowledge, skills or expertise with the other. The role of a sports coach is to lead an athlete to achieve a level of performance that they could not achieve if they trained alone. A coach applying an overall coaching philosophy can help make the process of coaching more meaningful and successful. Coaching a competitive sport can demonstrate moral behavior which can be applied to everyday life. Winning is not the most important goal of the coaching process. Physical, psychological and social development are.